It's the HoopWise Podcast from New England Basketball Journal, a comprehensive look at the basketball landscape in New England, tracking prospects, recruiting, college, and more, with your hosts, Steve Hewitt and Ethan Fuller.
Welcome back to another episode of the HoopWise Podcast, part of New England Basketball Journal. I'm Ethan Fuller. I got Steve Hewitt across from me. Friend of the pod, Brad Feldman, is back in the house. Yeah, give it up, because you know what that means. That means it's preview time. The season, by the time this episode drops, the season will have already started. We've got some games this weekend on the NEPSAC boys side. This is our Prep Boys preview show. My job is basically just to let these two say everything they want to say, because I know we got a lot of thoughts out here. Brad, thank you so much for coming back in. How are you doing?
I'm great. It's an exciting time of year, and I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, of
Brad's
course.
got about 70 pages of notes from the 50 open gyms that he was at.
Tell us about your busy fall. Every time I hear from Steve about where you've been, I'm like, man.
Yeah,
A lot of driving, a lot of miles.
Some people would say it's, good work ethic. Some people would say it's obsessive compulsive,
Probably a combination.
Probably both can be true, but I like to be in the gym. That's where you learn a lot of stuff. Relationships are forged. I will just say off the top, if I didn't get to your gym, it's nothing personal. A lot of it was just the way schedules fell, where I was at the time. Some of them were impulse trips. Some of them were planned, and then something came up with the school administration or a rescheduled volleyball game, and then there's a domino effect. So that had a lot to do with my, open gym selection. So I'm sure there are some coaches and players like, wait a minute, he was just down the road from us. Why didn't he stop here? And it was like, well, you can only be one place at 6 o'clock. And if there are 3 schools within 10 miles going, you got to choose one. And the criteria, it would take an hour for me to tell you how I made those decisions. A lot of them were either impulsive or based on places I hadn't been before, things like that.
Yeah, it's understandable. There's so much that goes on in this fall.
Yeah, I was finally able to link up with you for 2 of them a couple weeks ago. Vermont
that was
Academy, Northfield, Mount Herman. Had some good dinners.
Yeah, no doubt. And you know what? We take the local intel very seriously. And when the coaches steer us to a tavern or a sandwich shop, so you want to give the plug for the place you liked, and then I'll tell you.
I want to shout out Mike Shelton for the recommendation, the Gill Tavern.
Gill Tavern is an excellent dinner. I will say this, and I'm sure there are a lot of college assistants who know this, but low-key, best sandwich in Central Mass, in my view, New Salem Market on, I think it's 222, that sort of no man's land, like there's between Amherst and Winchendon and Greenfield, you're just north of west of Worcester, and there's nothing for a while. But if you make that stop, you will not be disappointed. It is like primo sandwich. The only other sandwich that compares, there are 2 places in Fresh Pond. So if you're about to get on Route 2, this is good scout now, because people will say, hey, can I make it from Newman to Cushing in time? I'm like, not if you stop at Iggy's Bread, because you should stop there. Iggy's Bread in Fresh Pond. Or if you want the old school sandwich, people know Mama Goose. That's legendary for the dirty steak bomb. But if you want like fresh, sort of 21st century sandwich, go to Iggy's. And now we'll stop talking food and get to hoops.
This is great. I got a plan for my first trip will be out to Western Mass, so that I got some stops.
New Salem Market, get there.
Okay, perfect. Yes. All right. So now that we're fueled up, let's get to some basketball. The way I've envisioned lining this up is we'll go class by class. Start in AAA. I imagine AAA and AA will take up the bulk of our conversation. Then we'll get to A and B a little bit too, and B large and B small now. I've been told that you both have championship picks that you're comfortable putting on record, which is exciting. But otherwise, I'm just going to kind of steer, and you guys can take the ship where you want to take it. So let's start with AAA. Very, very electric conclusion to the AAA season last year with Newman and New Hampton. Newman, again, I don't know if I'm allowed to tease this yet. This is online. They open as our number 1 team for Steve. So Newman's great. New Hampton, we also believe, is great. I mean, AAA is always pretty stacked. Go ahead. What do we think? Newman run it back? Do we think another team jumps in there? How do we feel?
It's hard to see them getting knocked off. They are loaded, and it's not just who they have playing for them, it's the way they play. I went to one of their early season open gyms. They didn't even have everybody.
Yeah.
But like Jackson Johnson isn't there putting in set plays. These guys just have actions that they know, and this is one of the reasons why they get so heavily recruited. They're guys who know how to play the right way. Yeah. So, like, you can run down, like, there are 4 Ivy League guys, Chase Jeremiah, Penn, Louis O'Keefe, Timmy Bolin, Atticus Richmond. Then you add in the 2 top, I guess Lucas Murillo is now a top 20. We were saying he's a top 40 now, depending on which, and Quinn Costello. And then they go several layers deeper than that, right? But they all know these sort of, whatever you want to call it, flow, ball screen continuity. Like, they're all these ways, and these guys, they just plug and play. Yeah. And there aren't many other teams that do it that well. You know what I mean? And and I don't want to gas them up too much. Yeah. I think New Hampton's really good. I think Darrow's really good. I think St. Thomas More is really, 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 really good. But Newman, you'd have to say, or, to beat the champs, you got to knock out the champs.
Fair. And they're the deepest. I think it's at least 12 Division I prospects when you go down the list.
Yeah. And they haven't even introduced Devon Maloney yet, who's had a wrist injury, and they say he could, high major interest. So
I think Penn State's maybe not going to go with him or something. But yeah, we start with Lucas Murillo, Quinn Costello. Those are the 2 top dogs, and like you said, the 3 or 4 Ivy guys.
4.
Is it 4?
Yeah,
Atticus.
Atticus,
that's right. And Atticus, he's a big sleeper, I think, this year with the way he can play.
He was already committed, and there were Big Ten coaches in the gym the day I was there, and it was like, people were like, would he decommit for Columbia and go to one?
He could be better than that.
He's really good.
Wow. Yeah, he can pass, shoot, dribble. I'm curious. Quinn, obviously the big break spring and summer.
Unbelievable story
to jump on the national radar. Little tease. Do have a feature.
Fall preview mag. Stay tuned.
In the new magazine. But curious how he kind of continues to. Now he has kind of a target on his back. Like last year, kind of in and out of the starting lineup. But now he's a known.
He's
commodity.
a lock-on starter now.
Yeah,
he's 6'10". And he can shoot the lights out.
Yeah, and his confidence has gone through the roof. So excited to see what he can do in his final year at Newman. Obviously, they lost Collins, the big.
That's the one thing.
It's interesting because he's such a big load inside presence, and I think he's great. But I think they can do more offensively.
And they do have some rim protection. Nobody's talking about it. They have Will Maribe and Philippe Ndong, who can both 6'9" and can protect the rim a little bit. They're not as skilled as some of the other guys.
Yeah.
Like we're not even mentioning Preston Bolin and Kabir Narasimhan. They've got guys like at the 8 and 9 spot in their rotation.
Jalen Hunter-Coleman.
Yeah, I mentioned him already, but he's going to run the point a lot of time, and he's in attack mode at all time. They're really tough.
Yeah. So we don't have to make this the Newman preview show.
But
legit.
They deserve the love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to ask about St. Thomas More actually, because I know fairly well, like Patrick Oti coming in is just like kind of a game-changing transfer at any point for NEPSAC. How much does he change things, and just in general with them, like how much could they really challenge Newman?
It really depends on the day, but like they've got so many guys
they have the high end
beyond him. Like Grayson Pierce comes in. I saw him go off down at Peach Jam. He's transferred from Loomis. They got DJ Hawkins on the wing. They've got other guys like Bentley Shelton Kerr on Yang, who came up from their second team, who's a shooter at 6'8". They've got this guy Dave Smith, who gets in the paint for fun. Like he just you can't like somehow he's got wiggle and strength and quickness. They call him Downhill Dave, but he gets downhill. I'm not even running down all that. They have a lot of depth in that squad too.
I like
Jerry Quinn and Milo.
Johnny Keenan too.
Yeah, I forgot him. He's coming in from Iona Prep.
Yeah,
no, he's big time point guard.
Big time.
Yeah. No, they're good.
Yeah. So to answer your question, I don't know. Maybe they don't have the depth that Newman has, but
they might.
But yeah. We'll see.
They might. We'll see. Right? Like they've got other. I think I'm leaving guys out there. And I also think that you mentioned New Hampton. I think Darrow is they were number 7 in the country in some polls last year. I think
they're better.
I think they're better. Oh, they're better.
Yeah.
They have more high major kind of guys than they did last year. And then they bring back guys like Hunter Taratana and Cy Mabin, Naj Christopher, but also TJ Allen comes in as a guard.
Yeah.
And then they've got size. They got Yan Kamagate. Is that how you say it?
Kamagate?
Kamagate.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Super promising.
Yeah, no, they're
Jamison
good
thrower.
too. Like predicting the order in AAA is not easy because Vermont's good. HoopWise, did you go out to HoopWise?
No.
No, I did.
I know you did.
In a shock move. They treat me well out there.
Okay.
It's always worth the extra stretch. I've got stops on the way that don't involve coyotes that are very good. No, there's a good coffee place.
Okay.
Right in Hoosick Falls.
This is good. I will have to get out there.
high-end.
Their girls team's good too, so I'll be out there.
But they're going to be better, right? Greg Brooks comes in.
Greg Brooks, and he's really a matured player. You could see he can handle himself like team captain, but they've got a shooter, Malone Gross from Bordeaux, played for Monaco's youth setup.
Yeah.
Coming off screens, knockdown shooter.
It's a lot of overseas talent.
They do. They have a
length,
Chinese point guard named
versatility.
Hong Mai, who's tidy. He's tough.
Yeah.
And they have big man Lazar Smolovich from Montenegro. But I like Noble. Ndalu, again, I apologize if I butcher the names. Ndalu Noble, who is at Brewster, didn't play very much. But they've convinced him he's like a rim runner. And if he does that at 6'9", with Greg Brooks running the point, Gross, knocked him down. And they have Dusan Eric, who's really good, and he's long and can stretch the floor. The combination of verticality and sort of shooting on the wings, I think they're going to be a much tougher out than they were last year. So, we haven't mentioned, really talked about New Hampton and Vermont yet. So this is a really good conference.
Yeah. New Hampton, obviously, huge turnover. They lose Keyshawn Tillery, Mason Blackwood, Nasmeyer, Ty Dabalis. But I think they're sneaky, a top four team in AAA. I don't know if it's sneaky, but they bring back Jaden Harrington. I think
who just keeps improving.
He keeps improving. He worked on his body this year, and they're excited about him unlocking his offensive potential because he didn't have to create with the guys that he had in front of him last season. Chad Cook has matured. He's becoming more of a vocal leader. Wesley Waddles comes in. Stetson Merritt comes in.
I think Stetson Merritt is the name. I think he's the guy. And I think the question is, does he stay in for another year? Because he's high major with another year, I think, or maybe sooner than that. But he's when I list my breakout guys at the end of this, he's on my list. I really like Stetson Merritt's game.
And Andrew Gale, the head coach, that told me he thinks he's going to be their best scorer.
All right.
James Sanderson, another guard. He's going to take up a lot of the ball handling responsibility. So,
a lot Braden Clark is young, but he's good.
They're excited about him. Vermont Academy, we were there last week.
Was that just last week? Yeah, no, I think they're good. Kamari White's a name that everybody's been talking about, but I think you and I were both really impressed, and he makes my sleeper list, but not for long. Mana Kamara, who's a big part of those Malden Catholic.
Okay.
Yeah, and his brother too. Who was
he was out that day.
Yeah, sick the day we were there. Who's taller, but Mana. The only thing is he's just not big.
He's not physically,
but he's so quick. We saw him doing everything, both sides of the ball.
Offensive rebounds.
Yeah, offensive rebounds, steals, assists. And the one question is, can he finish with his offhand? And then he did that for you. And
he must have heard me on this.
He was part of that championship Team White Wamba made hoops team. And again, he gets slept on, but he's going to make Vermont a lot better. And they got some size. Philip Mosel, who was a big part of Expression, 16U this summer. They're good.
Yeah, I like them. And then,
speaking of size too, I feel like we've missed on, or we're about to get to one of the best bigs in NEPSAC. That's in AAA too, Chuck Silla, right?
Yeah, Chuck Silla, UMass.
Of course,
love that for Frank Martin.
Love that for my alma mater. He continues to improve too. Footwork, he averaged 24 and 14 last year in AAA.
Yeah, well, he's got those great soft hands and good footwork, and he is a class. He's not 6'10" though.
He's not.
But that's an exaggeration unless he's grown since NEPSAC. Everybody lists their height in shoes,
correct?
Right? So I'm not saying it's specific to him, but he plays bigger than his size. And he's got a good wingspan, and his anticipation, footwork, touch around the basket, rebounding as well as finishing, all excellent. He 6'9", I think, is a reasonable.
Okay, fair.
And I saw him make 2 at the NEPSAC showcase this summer. I made
2-3?
2. No. Full court passes in transition. I was right on the money. kid's good.
A real old school 5.
Yeah.
Outlet passes.
Yeah.
All right.
And they have a fun point guard coming in, Colton Crowdis.
Crowdis is legit, and they've got they got 2 other Malians. I'm going to butcher this one. I'm just saying Nabi. Do they call him that? Diakite?
Yeah, I think it's Diakite.
He's improved from last year. He's very thin, slasher. He's good, and then I haven't seen Kareem Keita yet, but they say he's quite good as well.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of size on that team.
Yeah, they have Paget to transfer from Tilton. No, and Will Lazur is an expert, right, at putting together teams because they're 95% post-grads.
Yep.
And so he can reshuffle the deck pretty quickly. To have 2 returners is actually a luxury.
Yeah.
But Crowd's legit Canadian.
Yeah.
All right.
That two-man game
Can I throw in a team that we're ignoring?
Yes.
Cats Academy's AAA team is going to be good because they're going to have guys who are on the EYBL Scholastic team who are getting action with both.
Yep.
We know that Jalen Williams Crawford doesn't qualify because the reclass thing for EYBL Scholastic. Right. So he's going to be an anchor. But Josiah Adamson's going to play for both teams.
Yeah.
My guy Valdez Falters, I call him my guy because in addition to going to Central and Western Mass, Connecticut, I also went to Belgrade to see the Euro basket U18s.
Okay, how was he?
He won the game for them against Germany. Like he was like the man against Lithuania and Germany. Like I think they went winless in group play and somehow backed into knockout phase and upset their like Baltic rivals Lithuania, which was like epic. Like I was texting with Latvians, like, "Are you watching this? It's a big deal up there."
Wow.
And no, it was great. The families and everything. But Walters was the cheat code. He's lefty guard, high intellect. His dad is a big time player. I think his grandfather was too. He lives for it. Great kid. He's working really hard at Cats. And I think he's going to play for both because he qualifies for EYBL Scholastic. They want to get him minutes. So they're going to be worth watching.
Yeah.
They got Herman Cohn, too, big man.
I like Braylon Washington, too.
Oh, yeah, no, he's tough. And then Caspian Jones, who's a PG. And like 6'6", and I can't believe he doesn't have more recruitment. Like, he's definitely a sleeper.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Even for a second team, that's a quite a team.
No, and you know what? Kerry Harris has been saying it. Our AAA team's going to be good. And people are like, yeah, whatever.
I think they're going to be
really good.
Pretty equal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
At least this year.
Let's that was a very quick hit on most of AAA, but I need picks. So give me title picks.
Yeah, I mean Newman. I'm gonna.
How's this? I'm gonna say Newman, but I don't think I don't know if we're going beyond that because I think they were gassed that for playing that overtime game to win against New Hampton, and they didn't have their best at the National Prep Championship. So for their sake, I hope that doesn't happen again. But we didn't talk about Putnam, and I don't. Do we talk about Putnam? Is there not?
I think they're worthy. Being
yeah.
Like they're in NEBL. They're
in NEBL. So you had different champs for NEBL, AAA, and NPC, which is a bigger pool, right? Like when you start introducing,
like Western
Reserve and Link and Spire's post-grad teams and the EPL teams, it's a bigger pool. So it's really impressive that Putnam emerged from that for the 4th time 5 years. I saw them last weekend.
They've looked good in the preseason, huh?
Well, no, but this was their season. Their season's been going.
Preseason for
you.
For me.
Yeah. Steve Hewitt of NEPSAC over here.
Yeah. That's amazing.
The season never ends for me, so it's not. No. It was. They're at the time of recording. I believe they're already 5-0.
Yeah, and they beat They beat 2 OTE teams.
Right down in there. Georgia, which is impressive, and. They looked good against Bridgeport Prep, who are good, who are outside of full NEPSAC. You got this Big 6, and you got Power 5, and how's this? I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole. Springfield Commonwealth back in Power. Well, they've stayed in Power 5, but Tony Bergeron's running things. They've got a 7-footer named Nick Wild.
Okay.
The Huntington Prep is decent. Jalen Allen, who plays for Team Mello, 6'8" from Baltimore. Let's have this conversation again in a year. Same, Jalen Allen. Get to know this guy. Okay. They got some players there. So I saw OSL Jelly Fam without their main guy Jermel Thomas, but they're still good. They're very good. Lee Academy and Putnam look -3 of their main guys, right?
Yeah. Who was out?
Well, they're missing Parrish Edmond, they're Hatchett, and Braylon Green and Brayson Green. And if they had him, it would have been even, like they're good.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's a mini teaser for
it's like an entirely new backcourt too,
Mm-hmm.
and they just reloaded.
Yeah.
With those guys.
Oh no, they're like we can do a whole Putnam thing later. Like they're good.
Yes.
Their backcourt is like they go 3 deep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Man. Okay. So obviously, I mean, I think if you're in this scene, you should know like Putnam. You always got to keep an eye on them. But then that's kind of our AAA. AA2, I think, is fascinating.
Did he pick? Was it?
I'll say Newman for AAA.
Okay.
But I like St. Thomas Moore's in there with a shout for sure.
Who? I guess maybe a fun question would be who do we think number 2 is going to be?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I say St. Thomas More. Like,
okay.
and I think those are interchangeable. I'm not in the predictions game, but those are the 2 strongest teams
I'll say Darrow.
I've seen. But what's that?
I'll say Darrow.
I like that.
Okay.
I think Darrow's really good.
Yeah.
And so, just while I have it in front of me, since you talk about their backcourt, Kamai Samuels, bananas, Jordan Skyers, especially when he keeps it real linear and simple, but like he's aptly named. Like he can put his face through the cylinder. He's like, no, like these guys, if you look at their dunk reels just from the first 2 weeks of November, it's off the chain. Jalen Taggart, we talked about Ja Hatchett, Edmonds, a Skywalker. They bring back Adama Tembedu.
That's right.
And then, Brayson Green, like you said, they're going to be really, and apparently they have another big who I haven't seen yet. So,
all right.
And let's leave it there. Like I'm not getting everybody in, but there are a lot of guys.
Yeah. Putnam stacked. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Moving to AA. I know everyone's a fan of Cushing. Cushing looks really, really good. Again, as someone who's not quite as entrenched as both of you, I love Theo Adema personally. I think he's just awesome to watch every time. Ryan Mesh is walking bucket.
Yeah.
We can start with Cushing in AA and then take it where you want.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've talked to multiple AA coaches. I think even they agree. It's Cushing is
odds-on favorite,
clear-cut favorite. But then it's like mix of like 2 to like 10, 11 could be anyone.
Yeah, I think there are a couple of like new powers that are really you have to mention in this. Like I could be wrong, but from my eye test, I think there are a lot of really good teams in AA. But Tilton and Mount St. Charles are sort of they're going to be bigger factors. Like Cushing is. Well, that's where you start and end, and that's who everybody's gunning for. Yeah. And there are a lot of other good teams in there. But Tilton, now that Marcus is back.
I'm interested in them.
Yeah, and Mount St. Charles, Lottie has a squad, rock squad.
Yeah. Sneaky, one of the best backcourts in the class, I think, with Delves and Austin.
I would even go beyond that, like.
But I
just want to get the names right.
Yeah.
Because so Isaac Olaniba, who people were talking about as like a slasher and an athlete, which he is. Yeah. He's now a 3-point threat.
Yeah.
Like a legitimate like knockdown 3-point threat. That's high major stuff. If that's like maybe he had the day of his life, but people like I keep hearing it from people like. Oh, that guy put in the work in the last 6 months. He's a different guy.
Yeah. And he defends.
Yeah, both sides of the ball.
Rim protector too, right?
I love Del. And then they've got Sani, who is a lock defender, with length. And they have Delves you talk about, but they've added some other big men too. So like they're going to be really tough.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
who else do you want to talk about?
Winchton. Yeah. Alex Pope comes back.
Yeah, it's great to see him back.
It's incredible the coaching that is in this class this season with Marcus and Alex coming back. Winchton, I'll tease this. They're in my preseason top 10.
Yep.
They're getting a lot of hype.
Brady Selhorst.
Brady Selhorst, I think, might be the
Cameron Blankenberg, Tavin Penix, Tredi Faison, top 5 in EYBL and assists. Yeah, City Rocks.
He's big time. I think they got him in August. Brady Selhorst. They just have like 6'7", 6'8", like 3-and-D, like shooters, like versatility everywhere. And
you have him top 10 in New England or AA?
It's just NEPSAC.
NEPSAC New England.
NEPSAC overall.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm being a little bold.
We also got. I mean,
I'd love to see it, but like I I think that'd be a good season for them. I hope that happens. But
Double A is just hard to. I think it's hard to predict right now.
Yeah, we got because you have also Kimball Union's in your
Kimball
top 10.
Union, who I didn't get to, but I did see them over the summer a couple of times. They're loaded.
Okay.
Brandon Arnold comes back. Merrick
They got
Smith.
length. They're good.
I like Hudson Scroggins, Valparaiso commit. They're really excited about him. KUA will be in the mix.
Yeah, and then you round out. You got McDuffie and Wilbraham. I want to ask about. Do McDuffie first. I do want to ask about Wilbraham and Munson, but do McDuffie first.
I got to both of those gyms, and I'm impressed with both of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I tweeted the energy in McDuffie's gym is just insane. They just play their asses off. Keyshawn Joyner, I think, is going to have a huge.
He's legit.
Just a natural born point guard. They bring in Braden Harris, who they think is kind of their missing piece, is kind of a scorer.
From San Jose.
Alpha scorer, can just break you down 3 levels.
Xavier McCall. He's on my sleeper list.
Yeah.
He's a man child.
Yeah,
we saw him over the summer at Rock Hill with BABC.
Yeah, he won games for that 15U team.
Yeah. He looks like he just every 3 months gets more mature and better.
He'll probably come off the bench for them, but they just brought in this kid Andrew Adigbite. I probably butchered.
Yeah, he
that
wasn't
name.
there. I don't think when I was there.
It's like 6'6", 6'7", high feel, high IQ, can shoot it. He plays above the rim.
Okay.
That he'll probably be a starter or at least a rotation guy. And then Patrick Sagna, Elijah Avery Turner bring a ton of vocal leadership, and they're both really good guards. I don't know. I think last year they viewed it as sort of a rebuilding year, and this year they're ready to make some noise.
Okay.
I think both those teams, Winchendon and McDuffie, are good.
I think they're both playoff teams at least.
I think that Tilton and Mount St. Charles are a level above them.
Okay. How about, all right, I want to ask about Wilbraham and Munson too, because I've been told Sam Fleming is a really interesting situation as someone who's struggled with injuries, but we kind of know the talent level. They have other players like that. They are also in your top 10. Do we buy in? It all comes back and gels really well? Do we think there's going to be issues?
They have a lot of returning talent. Sam Fleming, he's coming off a torn Achilles. He's fully healthy. He's back. I think just maybe conditioning.
Fitness is still, but he'll be there by the time season starts.
He'll be there by the start of the year. Chinedo Okpara.
Okpara is underrated big time.
Big time. I think he's at least low level D1.
I saw him a bunch over the summer, and I think he's really good. I like him better than his brother, who starts for Stanford.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We just said him. Christian Martin.
Light shooter.
Lights out
and then
shooter.
all the pressure's off now. He's committed to play for his dad.
Yeah. Playing at UMass.
Love that.
Again.
Love that for all parties involved.
Owen Earl.
Oh, let me stop you. Another sleeper. Julian Price, transfer from Loomis.
Yeah. I was going to get to him.
Yeah, I'm just saying though, but I think he goes higher up.
No,
in their different sneakers.
Mike Mannix was telling me that coaches have come into their open gym and they're like, that guy is mid-major at least.
Well, he does different stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The morning I was there, I'm not a crack of dawn guy, but to get all the open gyms in, I will go to Wilbraham and Monson at 6:15 in the morning. I did that one with Dylan Thayer, and there were a couple of college coaches there, and Julian Price had everybody be like oh, because he was just the way he changed his geometry of the court with his movement and getting to his spots is like a different sensibility than other ball handling guards that I've seen, and I think that's why I bring him up, because I think he will open things up in a different way. Like his ability to get to the baseline, get to his spot, and as long as he doesn't force shots and he sprays it when he collapses the defense, and he's going to be another one of these cheat code kind of guards.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I like them a lot. I think it sounds like Sam Fleming's become a better shooter in his recovery, because that's kind of all he's been.
And what a great kid! What a great young man.
Kid. Yep. Yeah. It sounds like he's probably going to play through the season without a commitment, which his recruitment's a little all over the place given the injury.
But he's got solid mid-major A10 kind of stuff, but people think he can get even more.
At least, yeah.
All right.
And then, we can keep going. Double A. Lawrence Academy.
Yep.
They got arguably the best player in the region with Alex Buenu. Congratulations, Marquette commitment.
You got my hats?
I did not get your hats.
Oh no, I didn't know there was a story here.
He had one job.
No, not my actual job.
No. I worked this out with Alex.
Yeah, I know.
He had 5 choices. Not that I'm going to walk around with a Villanova hat on, but like BC would have been cool. Stanford, not a very good school, but they got a cool logo. I would have taken all 4 of those hats. That's what we agreed to. Stokes said there's an Auburn alum there who got the Auburn hat. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. But where are the other 3? I want to know.
They got to be.
There's
Okay.
somewhere in the closet at Lawrence Academy. You're going to have to go to a game and get one.
I'm happy for him.
I'm happy for him, too.
And Lawrence is good, man.
Lawrence is good.
We saw, Shaka Smart, he put in the work for the recruiting here. We saw him all the time.
I saw him at like every AU game at Adidas and Scholastic Showcase period.
Yeah, not hiding either. He was like courtside where Alex could see him, which I thought was a lot of pressure, but he rose to it. He didn't seem cowed by it.
No, but the key for them, Evan Mitchner.
Yeah, he's a sleeper. People don't know.
Healthy. Yeah,
because he hasn't been healthy, but he's really, really good.
Yeah.
All right.
And then
Caleb
Baker's gotten better.
AJ Reinertson,
one of the best shooters.
Paxton Ivy, they're good.
Paxton Ivy.
Yeah. All
right. And then we went to NMH.
We did? Oh, yeah, that's right. We went to dinner. No, the NMH is
and the team was good, too.
They were.
I love their bigs. Will Higgs is back from a torn ACL.
Yeah, he was effective.
Maxwell Thorpe.
Nate Jangley, my man.
Nate Jangley, your boy from London, right?
Yeah, he shoots it, man. He's 6'9", high academic.
Yeah, and he's shooting around 40% during open gyms, is what I was told.
And then I think their success is going to depend on how well their guards play. Like, I'm a CJ Azor fan. Yeah. Right, but Darren Moore is going to be really handed the keys to the car, right?
Yeah, no, he was fun. He's electric with the ball in his hands. Good decision maker, and he gets to the cup. I think he's going to open up things for them. They got.
You're a fan?
I'm a fan.
I want to see him do it consistently. I think he can be that guy.
Yeah. All right,
for sure.
Give me. So it sounds like
St. Andrews is better too. I should mention that.
Yeah, St. Andrews.
We didn't even get to
St. George's. I saw.
The fact that St. George's.
There's no nights off in this league.
Yeah.
St. George's. That was one of the ones where I tried 3 times to get there, and it just nobody's fault, didn't work out. But Dwayne knows I want to be in that gym. I think they're going to be. I think they're in the conversation to repeat as ISL champs
for sure.
But AA, I think they're going to make noise too.
Yeah.
What do you think? Maybe I'm too much of a hype beast. Because you've seen Chance. What are you?
Well,
all in,
how's this? And this is not a knock anybody, but somebody saying that he's like an NBA guy.
Yeah.
Let's not put that on the young man for starters. Mm-hmm. He may be, but doing it against other freshmen and sophomores is not necessarily a predictor. He had a great night at that Frost Soft open gym. I was writing evals that night.
Yep.
He was my top player that night.
I think all 3 of us were blown away.
But he, let's see him move up the rank. He wasn't even on Expression's top team, right? He's really good, and he's got the body, he's got the motor, he's bouncy. He hits from the outside as well as rips the rim off the board. He does all these things. I don't call NBA talent on guys that age usually. I've only said it about since I started doing this, only a couple guys, and I'm not even gonna pat myself on the back. They were easy ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not sure he's there yet, but he's really good.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah. All right. It sounds like both of you, again, we just hit a bunch of teams. It sounds like both of you would probably pick Cushing as a champ.
Yeah, we didn't even
that's an easy one.
We didn't even talk about Cushing.
As long as everybody stays healthy, because we haven't talked about Cushing, but as long as, and they have depth too. Mm-hmm. I think though, if they had a real injury hit, we should mention Albany Academy and Brimmer too. They're both good teams. I really like Brimmer the way they've reloaded, but Cushing. I just want I think that the addition of Nate Blenman is slept on a bit, and I didn't even think about him when I went to their gym, and then I was like, oh, that guy's just a bucket.
Yeah,
he's great.
Yeah,
and he's gonna be their 3rd option.
Yeah,
or 4th, because they also have Anthony Vick.
Yeah.
Elliot Erickson,
Jack Hines.
Keep going.
Brady O'Connell.
They got all these good basketball players.
Nosek.
Mickey Chiara, they say, is making noise, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So give me
David Flores, John. Keep going.
Wow.
Yeah, they're deep.
All right.
Deep. And Ryan Mesh. Ever heard of that
Did
guy?
I mention him?
Yeah.
No, I love me some Ryan Mesh. Man.
Yeah,
Worth the price of admission.
They arguably have the best point guard and center in the region.
Give me.
So,
all right. If you're both picking Cushing, let's not do a number 2 pick again. Give me one sleeper from AA, because it sounds like you could go in a bunch of different directions.
Tilton.
Okay.
McDuffie.
Okay. I like it. All right. Class A, which Steve has told me because he helped me prepare a little bit with some notes. He wrote extremely capitalized, wide open.
Yeah.
So for him, surprise was Wilson Northampton last year. Like
Yeah.
you kind of figured it out mid-season, but they weren't even really talked about on
We
our pod.
did not mention Wilson Northampton on the podcast all season.
But that more speaks to like
That's poor by us.
that more speaks to like there's a lot of depth here, and it sounds like it could even be crazier this year. So we cannot get to every team in Class A, which is a pretty large class.
What do we got? Like, there's like 20 teams
Yeah,
at least.
if we can get like a top 5 or 6 that you would consider championship contenders, and you don't have to rank them yet. I will make you make a pick, but if you're just kind of putting a couple out there, Steve, if you want to start, I see Brad cooking on his sheet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to pick my championship pick yet. Who do I want to start with? Hotchkiss.
Okay.
Yeah, I went out there. I went to their gym.
You've been there, right?
Yeah, and I saw him a couple times at Avon over the summer too.
Yeah. Preston Merrick, Harvard commit, 3-level score, 6'5", 6'6", guard. Right?
Yeah, 6'6".
Can defend everyone. They're really excited about Alonzo Archbold, another athletic kind of guard wing.
Yeah, they want him to shoot it more. Like he's really athletic, and he's got a high major kind of
matchup nightmare. Yeah. Can defend every position. He's come in. He's a transfer. He's come in. He's become a leader for them. They're definitely going to be in the mix. Suffield, Marcus Maxwell Grimes.
Yeah, they're really good. I saw them at the Harvard camp this summer and at the open gym, and I talked to Drew Gamir at one of the open gyms, and that's one where I was trying to make the logistics work. I didn't get to, but Suffield is definitely. Yeah. It's like Kimball Union. People just don't talk about them enough.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the color orange. I don't know.
But no, I like Jacob a lot. Skill big. I think they want to see him to get a level up in his recruitment, just become a little more physical, fight through contact, rebound a little bit more, because he's a little skinny bony kid, but he's skilled.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We got Hotchkiss. We got Suffield. I see you got a couple marked down.
Yeah. No, Milton Academy is going to be really good.
Yeah. Producer David Yaz, we got some Milton Academy love for you.
Milton's really good.
I like Milton a lot.
Yeah, and they've got length in Spencer Booth and Sonny Delisanta, who's 6'11" and can shoot. Spencer Booth, they really got to play the rim. But Devin Williams, who I think was he the leading scorer in Class A last year? Yeah. He was the leading scorer for Milton.
For them.
I don't know. Yeah, he's really good and totally slept on. And I think could really I think he's as good as almost any of the point guards that we've talked about. He could play in AAA and be a force.
Yes.
I think.
Okay.
Ryan McLaughlin.
Guys, producer Dave just wants to note that I averaged 6.5 points my senior year in 1986, and
you did?
I'm shocked that anyone at Milton Academy has topped that. But
you know what I say to people, because I played during that era at Belmont Hill, and you could pretty much take the ISL standings and flip them upside down now from back then, with a few exceptions. Milton was not a factor. Belmont Hill, who've been good lately, but they're not going to be great this year.
Belmont Hill was decent in those days, but you're right. For whatever it's worth, this is not a history lesson today. But
yeah, that's fair play.
Milton,
Devin Williams would have been Player of the Year for sure.
Milton at that time, and other schools with Dill just didn't recruit and didn't pay attention to basketball. They paid attention to squash and wrestling.
So, Governor Dummer was very good back then. Now Governors. Yeah. Hey, by the way, speaking of Milton, this is a segue. How about Nobles? That's a Milton joke. No, I love what Lambros is doing. I know you do too.
Yeah.
But they brought in Jack. I'm going to mess up his name. Charchafalon. I think he's really good. I think the young guy, Michael, is it Lease?
Michael Lease.
6'7", 6'8",
yeah.
High field, good shot.
He's a 29, I think. Right?
Raul, yeah, they're young, but Raul Cruz can make them look more mature with the passes he throws. Jack Mullins, they're really, really good. And then I'm going to throw in one more, and I'll let you talk again. Andover.
Okay.
Andover, sneaky freaking good, man. They've got Miles Clanton who's sort of like a miniature version of Czech-Silla.
Okay.
He's like when I say miniature, he's 6'6.5", burly. But he's like an old school, undersized, Wes Unseld, big.
Oh, that's fun.
He could be their leading scorer. And then they've got Nick Haley, who's bananas talent, like definitely mid-major kind of guy. Jabari Edmonds, Driller, and Hunter Peabody, another Team White Mambas guy. And other additions like the post-grad Zion Williams. They have some depth. They're better than people realize.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good ones. Okay.
Gotta mention Tabor. I think
Tabor. I really like them. You know, obviously the coaching change makes a difference, but they've got length and they've got talent.
As good as anyone in Class A. Sage Baptiste, Trevor Payne, Aiden Smith, who is just like a guard that you don't want to play against.
No, he can shoot and he's tough as nails, a high motor. Yeah, he's great.
AJ Shepard. So they have a mature senior class who's kind of been through it. They were a playoff team last year. Obviously, they lost Dahi Quinn.
Isaac Sass is another big guy.
Yeah.
Did you mention him already?
I didn't.
You didn't, but I did.
Go ahead.
I just want to make sure I wasn't spacing out.
That's why you're here. Thayer.
Thayer, I haven't been. Like, they'll be mad I didn't get to see him. They got the McNamara brothers, right?
Yeah,
they got
Buckley, and the kid from North Quincy. Why am I blanking on his name?
Is this McGrath or is this
Aiden McGrath? Aiden McGrath.
Yeah, so that's for
That's a young team.
So the question is, like, and I would say this at Belmont, is that enough? Like when you talk about these other Class A teams, like when you're up against a Hotchkiss, like Exeter's reloaded.
Exeter, yeah.
Like
Harry Rafferty.
Harry Rafferty's doing a great job. He's only been there 6 months, right? But as the coach, and
we still believe in Wilson, Northampton.
And by the way,
we can't make that mistake. Wilson's good.
No, so Williston has a guy named Kingsley Rogers, who I was going to put in my sleeper list, but he's in my breakout list. Like Kingsley Rogers, I don't want to overhype the guy.
Yeah, I haven't seen him
2028.
Yeah.
Like both of his parents were like high major college players. He's 6'5" now, or he was 3 weeks ago when I was there. He might be like, if this guy keeps growing, like he's got pop on his three. He plays over the rim, and he's like an eyes up guy who is a brand new player, acts like a senior leader.
Yeah.
But not in a like he's just like connected and like switched on, and he's super athletic, and he's got high basketball IQ, really skilled and quick.
Yeah.
Like I was telling some college coaches about him sort of off the record a month ago, but the horse is going to be out of the barn soon. People are going to know. Unless I'm completely wrong about this, I think Kingsley Rogers is one of the guys in New England to watch.
Yeah.
Man, I should have gone. I will do this after this episode. I'm going to go through our episode from last year and see who are the names that we mentioned as breakout guys, because I want to see some of these pan out.
We definitely mentioned Lucas Morello last year.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
But Wilson, Max Kellogg, Kyle Seltzer, they return from the championship team.
And Max, like Jaden Harrington is like beefed up. He's got like a V. He's been on the lat pull downs. And so, but he always could drill. But
Jaden or
no,
Max?
he's
both
saying
of them are
like Jaden.
Yeah.
Oh,
like he's been in the gym. You can see Max Kellogg is sturdier, still quick, still drills, but like beefed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dexter Southfield, they were playoff team, top 5 in Class A last year. They bring back Latif Aflobi, Malik Adamson. They bring in Will White. I love Will White. They're a little small. Like I don't know. They don't have. I mean, it's like a lot of teams in Class A and B. They don't have like a true big.
Well, I think that's the thing with Belmont Hill is they don't have anybody over 6'5" right now, unless there's a football player who I didn't see.
Right.
They got great guards.
Yeah. Who else haven't we hit on? Brunswick.
I have not seen Brunswick.
But they have one of the best guards in Rocky Loom. Is that how you say it? Loom?
Like, I haven't seen Choate. I think BB&N is going to have
BB&N's going to be better.
Like, they have some really good guard play.
Avon
with Declan Griffiths. People love him.
Yeah.
I've seen him have great, like, Larry Bird days, and then I've seen him have indifferent days. But I think he's really great.
Yeah. Joel Nash is still there, too. Lightning quick guard. A lot of people excited about Avon.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
like St. Paul's is probably better than I give it credit for. Salisbury had an interesting trip to see Salisbury. Berkshire has some guys, like they have a guy who's going to make my sleepers list at the end of this.
Okay. This seems like the hardest. Maybe I'm jumping ahead here, but this seems like the hardest pick. I want to.
Yeah, well,
there isn't like a.
This
like
is one you can really brag about.
I'm going with Milton.
Okay.
I'm going to Milton too.
Wow. Oh, we got consensus. Okay.
Yeah.
Lamar Reddick.
I was between Milton and Tabor for the record.
I think so. I think producer Dave will probably
Tabor's
take
fair
Milton
shot,
too.
but I don't know. We
We didn't mention LJ Reddick's.
I thought I did.
Oh, did you?
I thought I mentioned
Sorry.
Reddick's and McLaughlin. I should have if I did.
Okay. No, you definitely said McLaughlin. I didn't hear you say Reddick's. Son of Coach Lamar Reddick.
Yeah, no, he keeps improving. I love his game.
All right.
But
I don't want to leave out anybody. Deerfield is a worthwhile trip.
Yeah.
Taft, by the way.
Yeah.
Taft has to be in the conversation. Can I do my?
Yes.
They've got a Hungary Youth International. They list him as 6'8". He's bigger than that. I think he's 6'8", 6'9".
Oh, okay.
Mehdi Angyal. He's sort of a mini Jokic. He's a great passer out of the high post. Can hit a three. He's got that sort of offensive tackle body, but he's like an Ivy League level guy. He's really good. They got Isaac Spurrier from England, who's 6'7", who can shoot. Jack Rondahl, who BABC 6'8" forward, plays for Sweden. Taft is good, and I think that they may not win it all. I think they're top 8 tournament team.
Okay.
Did you mention Ren Marchetti?
I did not.
He's like 5'9",
Yeah, he's
5'10",
good.
but
He's really good. Yeah, he'll get those guys the ball.
I
Yeah.
loved him in Babson.
Okay.
Yep.
Or no,
All right.
was that Avon that I saw?
Class A is going to be fun. It was fun last year, actually. I thought it was really interesting, kind of following that entire playoff race and then into the championship too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone's going to surprise in that group for sure.
Definitely. Let's take. And I think we're actually on a pretty good pace for time. Maybe let's take 10-ish minutes and we'll hit these last three. So B, large, small, and if you have anything you want to add in C, kind of take it where I do want to get at least 2 picks out of you both for B, large, and small, but you can kind of start where you want. I know the Brooks Rivers rivalry was the talk of all of Class B for a long time.
Yeah, I will say, preview podcast last year, I picked Brooks.
We did.
It wasn't a linear kind of straightforward championship run, but it happened.
You said it. Yeah. We didn't.
You knew that last shot was going in. Yeah.
We don't ask how. We don't ask how. But all right.
Is this a stock market bubble? What else do you know?
Yeah, please.
NEPSAC basketball. That's it. That's all I know.
All right. So let's jump around through class. You can go large and small. Just kind of pick out maybe a couple of schools that you're really excited about, and then I'll get you picks at the end.
Yeah, you want to?
All right. So I'm going to say for Class B large, I'm going to Canterbury.
I know you like them. Yeah.
When I went to see them, they're Class A caliber team.
Okay.
And St. Mark's. It's one of those two for me are on a different plane. And that's not a diss on anybody else. I really liked Austin Prep when I went to see them. And, Rivers is going to be good again, too. That's sort of like my top 4, not having been to see Brooks or Govs. Westy's another place that has a couple of really good players that I haven't been. But I'm going to say Canterbury or St. Mark's in Class B large. Class B small, I don't know. I'm just going to throw a dart. But no. I'm such a big Lino Sanchez fan. I'm going to say Beaver Country Day on the strength of my man Lino.
Okay.
Because I saw a lot of him down at Team White Mamba's gym this summer, and then in the fall league. I think he's quality. I think he could have easily been playing for a double or triple A type team. Stayed loyal, stayed with Beaver, and I think it's going to pay dividends.
That's cool. You've given me the opportunity too, in my very limited window of boys observation at that Frostsoft showcase. I loved Aiden Richard at Austin Prep too. Freshman guard.
Yeah, he's really good.
I'm buying in. I just want it out there for when
I knew you were gonna.
I need to be on record.
So Austin Prep also has Izzy Wayne.
Okay.
Who's better than decent, and William Nunez. They're good.
All right.
And Marvin Avery, who scored I think 18 a game last year, is his first season in NEPSAC.
And they're really well coached
Yep,
too.
Sean Ryan,
his son Max is good, so they're good.
Yeah. Steve, I know you're a St. Mark's guy too.
Yeah,
so
I'll piggyback on St. Mark's. I went to see them. I love what Justin Perron's building over there. Alex Echeverria is their
CJ Farrell, they're really good.
CJ Farrell, Luca Palermo is going to be
another big body.
He's the breakout star.
He looked nimble and fit when I saw him.
But he's coming off an injury from last year. He's fully healthy now. He can do everything. He's 6'7". You can run an offense through him, and he'll overpower you in the post too. So Big St. Mark's fan. Rivers, you mentioned them. They reload. Obviously, the kind of the quote unquote dynasty is over. Ryan Altman, Andrew Alexenko. Who shout out. Great first game against Michigan State.
He's gonna win. He's gonna win Patriot League Player of the Year. He's such a Colgate guy. It is crazy.
Yeah. The question is he too much of a Colgate guy? Does he get pulled up after a year or two? That's the way it's looking. Early returns. It's still very early.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of his. I'll tell a story. This is gonna sound like a humble brag, but when I was at these open runs down in Walpole, it was like a couple days before Andrew was going off to Colgate, and he was guarding Scalabrini, who was like going through his chest, like crushing him. But, Andrew's so competitive. Drew was like, he was like getting mad. And Scal was like, yeah, get mad. And he's like, I'm trying to get off to college like in one piece. He's like, this is going to make you better. And it was great. And the two of them were just like, butting heads, locking horns. I can't repeat some of the stuff that was said. But he rose to the challenge. And Scal just walked away like,
yeah.
Go on, young Jedi. Now you are ready, kind of thing. And then when he had that first game against Michigan State, I was like, yeah,
that tracks. Yeah,
that's
cool.
On the first play of the game, and
that'll settle your confidence, right?
Yeah.
That means it was already there.
Yeah. So
they graduate Altman, Alexenko, Jay Jones, but they're still going to be competitive. They bring back Patrick Costello in the 28 class, who started I think every game for them last year. Driller from 3. Chase Harriet, he's stronger now.
Rivers got guys for sure, and I know I got notes on Rivers, but I can't find them.
Don't worry, I'll keep talking.
Yeah,
Okafor.
You know them well. From Keith and Jacob do an incredible job there.
And Jack Millward, who I think you were at their open gym. He shot the crap out of it too, right?
Yeah, Jack Millward, and did you say Ekene Okafor?
Yeah,
you did. Yeah, I think he's slept on.
Yeah, he's big time.
Okay. How about Brooks? Does Brooks still have it?
Brooks, yeah. I mean,
Trocon Harris. Riley Clark committed to Colby. Yeah.
Terrence Cantave, DJ Casamajor. Like they still have pieces from that championship team that know.
No, they'll make noise, and they could.
Yeah.
They'll be tournament for
sure. Some other names in Class B large, Jackson Perry, Roxbury Latin. He's awesome.
Connor Hines. Yeah.
Connor Hines. Ethan Griffin from West Sea. Rowan Intrazi, who we had Lambros on. He talked very, very highly of him from Greenwich Country Day.
And here's where the weakness of my game shows, right? Like, I just haven't seen schools like Hopkins and Masters and Pomfret. And I know that those coaches put a lot into those teams, and my geographic range wasn't that good to see them. And even at the showcases, I didn't spend enough time watching those, because sometimes they were combined teams and things like that. So I don't want to speak about what I don't know.
Yeah. And then Ethan asked about Class B small. I like Holderness, Andre Langley, and Javion Cruz at point guard.
Kent Hill,
I don't know enough. Lincoln Malcor. He is a gentleman. He went to dunk on Finlayson, got his dunk blocked, went back and got a dunk. Okay.
Yeah, so you like that.
You like that. Tyler Newsom from St. Luke's, just a double machine. I think that's all I got. DJ Biggins from Kingswood, Oxford, BC football commit, but he can play some hoops too.
These new classifications throw me a little bit. Like New York Military Academy looked really good at the Avon showcase. They had a couple of guys, D1 length,
So it's a lot of like Class C teams that moved up, or at least a handful of teams that moved up into small. So I'm not.
Lexington Christian was good last year.
Yeah, I'll get familiar with them, but my picks would be St. Mark's in Class B large, and I'll take Holderness in Class B small.
Okay, I'm going with Beaver in Class B small. Class C, I'm throwing a dart there. I'm going to say Wheeler just because, they've the good coaching, good tradition. But I have no idea who's coming back for them.
You said Canterbury or St. Mark's for
Canterbury. Since he said St. Mark's, I'll say Canterbury just to be contrarian.
Okay, I like it.
Well, you like them too. That's
I like both of them. Styles make fights. I can't wait to see that game when it happens.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I think we got a couple minutes. I know you've Brad, you've teased that you have sleepers and breakouts. I know we've mentioned a ton already. If you want to name, I know these lists could get long, maybe like 3 to 5 that either maybe we haven't hit on yet, or like guys you really, really want to emphasize that we've already talked about.
Okay, so I could get through. I'm not going to go district, but I'm going to give you my whole list, but I'll only talk about the guys that I haven't talked about yet. So, Kamara at Vermont, Monica Kamara, Julian Price at Wilbraham, St. Thomas More. I mentioned Kerr Anyang, also Johnny Keenan. I think Roy Rojo at Berkshire, who is at the NBA Academy, the Latin America one. He's coming back from a knee injury. The night I went to Berkshire, and that was a HoopSac to Berkshire trip.
Wow,
I was in the Wild West.
There's not a lot going on.
22. Rojo shot 80% from behind the arc, and he's just a natural. He's a really great feel for the game. Seems like a really connected, switched on kid. So I think people should look at him. I mentioned Lino, Xavier McCall, Salim Diaby. Who's moved a couple of times. He was at Bush. He was at Cats. Now he's at Tilton. He looked really good this fall for BABC. In addition to my 37 open gyms, I went to Dana Barros almost every Saturday, Sunday.
Nice.
It's on the way to Gillette Stadium, so it's in my flow. People are like, why is this old guy in the gym? It's on the way. But I got to see a lot of guys in different contexts. Salim, his footwork, his reads, he's a really improved player. I mentioned Malone Gross, the shooter for HoopSac, good game IQ, and Proctor's Brody Fink, not to be slept on, but I think he's a sleeper. Okay. And then here, real quick.
Go ahead.
Aiden Holness for BB&N, Boston Warriors. Aiden Holness, nobody mentions him. Really good player. I think he was at ASA. And then Jameer Stevenson for Belmont Hill. I don't even know where he came from. I saw him today. I was like, wait, what? Like, he doesn't have a lot of like he plays like an adult out there. He was hitting his shot, like his threes, but pass first point guard, gets where he wants on the floor. Don't sleep on him. Let me ask you this. Is Parrish Moses at Suffield?
Yes.
He is playing? Yeah. So he was great for Cambridge Ridge Land last year.
Yep.
And a lot of schools were kicking the tires on him.
Yep.
I thought he might end up AAA.
There was a AAA school I know of that was
me too.
Yep.
Parrish Moses could make some noise. So there's my sleepers. Oh, and Logan Lang. Logan Lang at Brimmer. Moved from Reason Prep. Tom Nelson has him. I think he's 6'9", 6'10". Yeah. So that you said 3 to 5. I gave you 10, 11.
I appreciate it. That's good.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay.
And what about Breakout? Can I do Breakout?
Go for it.
Okay. Stetson Merritt, New Hampton. Yep. Sam Owusu, Tilton. Hadn't mentioned him yet. Chance Finlayson, St. George's. We talked about him. Davin or Devon Maloney when he gets healthy at Newman. Kingsley Rogers at Williston. I don't want to oversell him, but I am. You mentioned Mount St. Charles. Ethan Ostain. Is that how you say it? Ostain?
I think Ostain.
He's legit. And then I mentioned Isaac Olaniba. I think his shot makes him a difference maker. Milton's Devin Williams and Evan Mitchner at Lawrence. You're right to identify him. I think just because he hasn't been on the court as much as he would have hoped. Yeah. I think he's under-recruited. I think he can run an offense for just about anybody.
Okay, yeah. Great.
We would be... before we close, we would be remiss. We haven't mentioned Worcester Academy, the defending champions.
No doubt. That's a fair shout. So,
and obviously they lose a ton with Amir and Cam Haley gone, but I think they're still going to be really competitive. Jojo Reyes comes in and kind of, I think he'll take over the lead point guard there. Cole Blackburn, I love.
That's a great ad for them. He's terrific for Middlesex Magic.
If he can consistently shoot the three, he's big time.
It runs in the blood, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's super bouncy, though.
Yeah, super bouncy, impacts the game.
I love him. Yeah, I think they're going to be good, Worcester.
Yeah, they'll be fine. Jamie Sullivan will be motivated, I think, from probably people overlooking them a little bit this year.
There's so many players and teams that I would love to add, but I'll let you guys drive the rest of the way here.
Okay. Yeah. You got anything else? I think that was... That was a crisp hour. Right? People might have to listen to this at maybe like a little 0.75 speed because we were packing it in. Thank you so much, Brad. I guess generally, what are you excited for about this winter?
Well, I think the showcase tournament weekends, NEBL at New Balance, I obviously have a vested interest in that. I'm calling those games again. I think there's a lot of quality in there. We didn't mention South Kent with like Christopher Bird, and there are other teams that we haven't mentioned. I think Scholar Round Ball is going to be great. Basketball is going to be great. The St. Andrews tournament is back. The Rivers tournament, all of this stuff around the holidays. And then Hoop Hall, Maine Hoop Hall, and Hoop Hall Prep. There's it's a smorgasbord. It's too much basketball all in one place at one time.
Agreed.
And I think that Monday at the Hoop Hall Classic, because Hoop Hall Prep ends Sunday. So then Monday you pivot to... if you have the time. So I'm looking forward to all of it. And then the individual games, and then let's just, hopefully the weather lets us all get everywhere we need to go on time and safely.
Yeah, I remember that one December weekend was a little tricky last year.
The Wilson Exeter December game that got canceled.
The same.
Well, I had to go up the hill from Springfield during that blizzard during Hoop Hall last year, and they hadn't. There was a jackknife semi, and I got around it, and so I went 26 miles up into the Berks with 11 inches of accumulation. The storm hit 3 hours before they said it was going to. Those are the kinds of weather events I'm hoping to avoid.
Yeah, we can tone it down a little bit on the snow, specifically during good weekends. Yeah, we don't ski. We're here for basketball. So,
Word.
Right. I think that's everything, man.
I think so.
Yeah, pack it in. Thank you so much, Brad. Make sure you listen to Brad's Super Preps podcast too, which will come out after this. You will have all the boys preview content you need. So thank you so much for producer David Yaz, for Brad Feldman, for Steve Hewitt. I'm Ethan Fuller. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.